Hello and welcome to Friday's Masterclass edition of Cracking the Cryptic. This is the episode each week when we tackle what we were originally set up to tackle, which is Cryptic Crossword. We're going to have a go at the Times Cryptic Crossword today, which is by an old friend of mine, John Grimshaw, one of the most brilliant minds in England, in my opinion. Just an absolutely wonderful guy to spend, to have time with, a brain that fires off in all sorts of directions. And if you ever have acquired a love of the listener crossword, you should check out the puzzles by the author Dimitri, because that's John. That's Dimitri is John's pseudonym in the listener, and Dimitri has made some of the most breathtakingly brilliant listener crosswords of all time. Now, today's puzzle, it is harder than usual. The snitch is over 100, but it's not monstrous. Let's check the... Okay, so we've got some typists at the start. The first real time there is John McCabe in at 6 minutes 19. Believe it or not, I think that's probably a minute and a half slower than John's average. So it shows that the puzzle's difficult. Andrew Fisher there at 7:35. I mean, Matthew Marcus is nearly 8 minutes. That's definitely slower than his normal time. Let's look at the top 100 and just see if we can. If there are any names I definitely recognise, that will give. Let's actually look for errors. Okay, so you can get in the top 100 with an error still. It looks like even a typist has made an error, which warms the cockles of my heart. Anyway, sorry, no, I jest a little bit. Right, so we're going to have a go at the puzzle in a moment. A couple of things to mention before that. Some of you may not be aware, but on the channel now, every day, we're doing Cracking the Minute Cryptic. So the Minute Cryptic is this daily clue that appears on the internet. And if you want sort of a daily cryptic crossword video, we are doing one of those. They appear on the channel, obviously, but also on Instagram and TikTok, in case those of your way of getting short videos. And I also just wanted to do a quick shout out for, is it Parswords? Is that Parseword? This is Josh Wardle's new game. So Josh Wardle is the guy behind Wordle. So no doubt you're all familiar with Wordle. And Mark does Wordle in a minute videos every day. Well, Josh apparently is a big lover of cryptic crosswords, and so wanted to create a game that sort of taught people, I suppose, how to get into them. And this is quite an interesting one. I've done a few of these over the last couple of weeks. It's a relatively new game. Let me just check that the video is showing what I think you should be able to see. So if I click today's puzzle, this clue is by Emily Cox and Henry Rathfun. Oh, my phone is buzzing at me. Now, the idea of this is it sort of tries to explain how cryptic crosswords can be viewed a bit like mathematical equations. So you could, well, hopefully you can see on the screen. Let me just show you. Yeah, so it tells you here, this puzzle uses a replacement, an anagram, and a container transform. The way it works is having special power, or having special powers, I think, is the definition. So it sort of tells you what the definition is. And it's a 7-letter word, is it? Having special powers. Okay, I can solve this. And then the idea is that you can click on the words here, and it might suggest substitution. So if I click crackpot, for example, it says, if I wanted to treat this as a replacement, so to have a different word instead of crackpot, it suggests lunatic, nut, and crank as possible replacements. If I click on claim, it suggests replacements. Now, the actual way this is going to work, we have to recognize that silver is a chemical element. And whenever you see a chemical element in a cryptic crossword clue, you should always be thinking about the periodic table. So silver is going to be Ag. And if we click on silver, it probably Second must be because you get a silver medal. So if we click AG, because that's what we actually think it is important to replace silver with, and then crackpot claim, what we want that to do is be an anagram of claim. So I think I click on both of them, maybe. Is that? I'm obviously not used to this, but I think I can click this one now, because what I want trying to create is magical, and I want to put my anagram of claim around AG. So if I click that one, and then you can see I've reduced the clue now to mickle about AG, and then if I click all three of these, it'll give me magical, which is there we go, which is the solution. So it tries to teach you how to gradually learn about how the clues work, and it is quite mathematical in its approach. I quite like it, but I quite like it. I think the quality of the clues is generally quite high in terms of, well, let me be clear, in the sense that they are sound. They aren't maybe as flamboyant as some of the ones on Minute Cryptic, but the ones on Parseword are at least technically sound. But neither is a substitute, in my opinion, for the Times crossword. Let me say that. Anyway, with that, oh no, I've got a birthday to do. Phoenix, over there in New Zealand. I should, is it Aotearoa or something in New Zealand? It was a very long collection of vowels with only a few consonants between. But Phoenix, your partner Riley wrote to me. I know it was your birthday a couple of days ago, I think on the 29th. But I gather you both watch these cryptic crossword videos. Thank you for doing that. I hope you got some chocolate cake. Many happy returns. But apart from that, I think that is all the news. I've got a dictionary. Let me check. I've got a dictionary. Video seems to be roughly in the right place. So let's get cracking and have a go at John's puzzle. Where we have got 4 letters, a golfing reference. I like that. Set time for golfers play. Okay, I haven't got this, but... Oh no, actually, what I was thinking of was wrong as well. No, okay, no, I have got this now. I was thinking of golf for some reason, although the word very clearly stated there is golfer, and golf can be G from the International Radio Alphabet, but that's not what we're doing here. So, quick recap in case you're completely new to cryptic crosswords. Every single cryptic crossword clue will contain a straight definition of the answer to be entered. Now, very often, Bitdefender's doing an update. Go away, Bitdefender. Has that messed up the video? No. Oh, I hope it hasn't. I think it's okay. Very often, that straight definition is either at the start of the clue or the end of the clue. So here, we're probably looking for a 4-letter word that means set or set time, or play or golfers play. Now, you may say, okay, well, I sort of understand that, but what's the rest of the clue? The rest of the clue is a recipe that tells you how to mix up and create the letters in the answer. So it might say anagram something, or it might say put a word into another word, or it might say reverse a word. It will be a specific set of instructions, just like a recipe, and it must be accurate. And which is something Minute Cryptic sometimes gets wrong. You know, the grammar of the recipe must make sense. So here, what's going on? Can we think of what we're looking for? Well done if you've got this, by the way, is a golfer's play. So what sort of things do golfers do? They chip and they putt. Why is putt the answer? If you set something somewhere, you put it there. And time, perhaps unsurprisingly, can be abbreviated to T. Now, I talk about this every week, but you can't just... As we go through, you may think, oh, every word in this crossword can be abbreviated to its initial. It's ridiculous. No, not at all. The only things that can be abbreviated in cryptic crosswords in the recipe part of the clue are things that are justified by the dictionary. So if we go to tea in the dictionary, we will find as a valid, that tea is a valid abbreviation. It is here somewhere. There. It is a valid abbreviation of time. So it is permissible for the constructor to put right time in the clue and for us to take that to mean tea in terms of the recipe. And I think that's probably from Newton's equations, isn't it? Things like V equals ut plus a half at squared. No, that's wrong. That's wrong, isn't it? No, V equals u plus at. S equals ut plus a half at squared. I can't remember. It's so long. I mean, you have to forgive me. I haven't been at school for a couple of years. Anyway, let's move swiftly on and have a look at one down, where it is 10 letters, beginning with P. What transforms output from plant and energy for each factory? I was thinking of photosynthesis, which is far too many letters, but what transforms output from plants? I was thinking, well, no, a plant sort of transforms things, doesn't it? What transforms output? Plant and energy for each factory. I don't know what this is. No, I really don't. The phrase that's caught my attention here is for each. Because if something is for each person, it's per person, isn't it? So I really like the idea that this clue has per in it. A factory is a mill or a plant, obviously. Per. I think it's going to be per and then a word for a factory, a 7-letter word for a factory, and I can't think of it, which is appalling. Per. What transforms output from plants is I feel like Ken is trying to kill me. I can't think of it. Cathcart Towers Hotel. Oh, I don't know. Let's move swiftly on. 2 down. 5 letters. Subject to irrational concerns to begin with. Yeah, I can do this. I'm very fortunate about this clue because I see the word irrational and that immediately pops a 2-letter word into my mind. Now, I accept that the only possible explanation for that is that I've done a lot of cryptic crosswords, because what I'm about to tell you is quite mad. Because irrational in this clue is a reference to an irrational number, a number that cannot be expressed as a sort of simple fraction. And the best example of that in mathematics is pi. So this clue, so that in terms of the recipe, irrational is giving pi. 2, you can see 2 in the clue. That's literally the word 2. So 2, pi, concerns to begin with. That is literally saying, look at the first letter of the word concerns. It begins with a C. Put all that together, you get topic, and that is a subject. So this clue would work very well with Parswords, wouldn't it? The thing we were looking at before. It's very substitution based. If we read it correctly, it's not that difficult. But I fully accept that if you don't think of pi as being an irrational number, very difficult to solve. Now, do we think this does begin with R? If this was per, let's have a look at 10 across. 6-3. Decorator may want this very hot container of tea. Decorator may want this very hot. I don't know what this is, but the way I read the clue, which could be incorrect, but the way I read it is, and you could sense this as I read the clue, I don't read it as decorator may want this very hot container of tea. And that's just experience. I'm always trying to split the clue up into its constituent parts. So I read this as decorator may want this. So something a decorator may want is probably the answer to the clue. And if something's very hot, it comes out of the oven and it's piping. So I really like piping there. And then a container of tea, bag, urn, pot. I think one of those. I don't know if there's a thing called a piping bag. Like, if you put icing on a cake, I should know this, I'm a big fan of icing. You know that you do have the icing in a bag and it sort of gets piped. Maybe that is called a piping bag. It could be. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think this might be piping bag, but I've never heard of a piping bag. But it's kiboshed my purr here, hasn't it? What transforms output from plants and energy for each factory? I should be able to get that, and I can't. I'm just being silly. Let's try 12 across 2, 5. In plain language, cake includes bun ultimately. Okay, I probably do know this actually. Yeah, I have got this now. But the crucial part of understanding this clue is this phrase at the end, includes bun ultimately. Because when we're trying to work out which side of the clue is the definition, if you get words that are highly suggestive of positioning things or taking the last letters or the first letters of things, it's almost certain that that's part of the wordplay, the recipe of the clue, which means the other side of the clue is going to be the definition. So here, includes bun ultimately. That screams to me, I need to think of a word, and then that word is going to include, have within it, the ultimate letter of the word bun, which is N. So then I go to the other side of the clue to figure out what the definition is. In plain language, looks likely, doesn't it? And I do know, I'm then able to get it. Can I think of a 6-letter cake that might have a C here? Well, eclair. And if something is en clair, it is in plain language. Let's look at that in the dictionary just so that we can convince ourselves. There we go. French, not in cipher, uncoded. So eclair goes around N for the ultimate letter of bun. And this is something like pepper, something. I don't know. 9 down. 6 letters. It can't possibly sound. It can't possibly. Feels like an anagram of it can't, but I don't think it can be. Oh, no, it is, isn't it? Okay, so remember, recipes have to, if they are going to require you to anagram letters, it has to tell you to anagram the letters, it has to tell you to mix them up. And here the anagram indicator is possibly. So we're going to cut the clue after the word possibly. We're looking for a 6-letter word, which means sound. And it can't is saying use the letters ITCANT. Because they can possibly be arranged in a different way. And if we do arrange them in a different way, we can create intact. And if something is intact, it is sound. Now let's see if we can justify a B in 4 down, 9 letters. Light racing rigs, which can appear on beaches. That's a great surface. Light racing rigs, which can appear on beaches. I don't know what this is. Light racing rigs. I don't know. Not sure. And then the B definitely doesn't seem to be helping me if I imagine it's there. Should we try G and 5 down? 5 letters. Run away on the level. Elope. No, it's not elope. That's just the word that popped in my mind. Run away. Scram. No. Run away. Flee. On the level. If you're on the level, you're straight, aren't you? You're sort of honest. You are right, maybe? No. Run away. On the level. I don't know what that one is either. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, it could have a G here, couldn't it? I forgot that. Run away. Don't know. No, still don't know that one. Sorry. 10 letters for 3 across. Standard complaint about one's diet. Now, okay. It's a brilliant clue, but I suspect that my brain has seen something like this before because a word's popped into my head and it is right. So, good practice. If you're new to the puzzles, force yourself to decide what you think the definition is here. Do you think it's standard? Do you think it's standard complaint? Do you think it's diet, or do you think it's one's diet, or even about one's diet, like a word like culinary comes to mind? Now, if you think it's diet, well done. Well done, because I think maybe the hint to that is this phrase, about one's. Because if we put some words about one's, what that typically would mean, I is the Roman numeral for the number 1, or some people use 1 as I in speech, doesn't it? Oh yes, 1 agrees. I agree. So anyway, 1 in cryptic crosswords is often the letter I. So could we be putting a standard complaint about an I, or an I'(S) to create a diet? Now the tricky thing here is that a diet is not a diet, and this is the reason for the question mark. It's not a diet as in something that you eat. A diet is a form of parliament, believe it or not. So if we look up diet in the dictionary, this is the standard. If we go to 2, here we go. A national, federal or provincial assembly, council or parliament. And if you know that, then the clue becomes easier, because a standard is a par. At least I think it's going to be. And it feels like it's got ailment around. Parliament. Or am I going mad? Probably am. Lament. Oh no, the lament is the complaint. I thought it was going to, for some reason in my brain it felt like ailment. But no, it's actually lament. If you lament about something, you complain about it. It's a complaint, isn't it? So parliament goes around I to give parliament, which is a diet. It's tricky, isn't it? Especially when, and this is the great thing that very good cryptic crossword writers will do to you all the time. When you read the clue, it's encouraging you to think about food. Standard complaint about one's diet. We all complain about our diets, don't we? So it's forcing your brain into that position where it's likely to come up with the wrong meaning of diet. And only by practice will you avoid these traps. Now, ambergris would fit here. That's that thing you get from Wales, isn't it? I don't have a clue if this is, it's got an anagram of rigs at the end. I mean, that's an outrageous bit of fortune. I mean, I had the A. I've been thinking about the B here. Ambergris is right. A light is like a traffic light. One of the traffic lights is amber, isn't it? racing rigs. I think that's saying, rather than the amber being ahead of the rigs, it's saying that if the letters of rigs are racing, they'd sort of be scurrying around. So I think racing is being used as an anagram indicator there to give the name of something that might appear on beaches. Well, I guess you get beached whale. I mean, I think ambergris is from a whale. It's some sort of very precious thing, isn't it? Ambergris, isn't it used in perfume or something? Oh, nearly. An ash-grey, strongly scented substance originating in the intestines of spermaceti whale and used in the manufacture of perfumes. I was pretty close. So amber, this is going to be piping bag then, I think. So this looks like light or legit. Legit. Oh, I've seen a clue like that before. If you run away, you leg it. But if you put leg it and make it one word, it becomes legit. And if something is legit, it's legal. So it's on the level. Or legitimate. There we go. So, okay, we were helped there by the checking letters. Let's try, well, should we go 6 down? 7 letters. Beginning with A. Lovers. I was thinking there are certain Latin where inamorata, maybe amorata might be a lover. I'm not sure. Lover's private message conveyed by broadcaster. Private message. Is that a DM or something in modern speak? Oh, it certainly is. Yeah. Okay. So here, John shows that he knows all the modern lingo, because a private message is a DM, a direct message. And that's being conveyed by, carried by. Can we think of a word for a broadcaster that's 5 letters long, beginning with A? If you broadcast something in your TV station, you air it. So a broadcaster is an airer. An admirer is a lover. So that's really good. Lover's private message conveyed by broadcaster. Like it. Right, let's try 11 across, beginning with M. Oh, Medoc would fit, and it says wine in the clue. Well, okay. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not Medoc. It's a different wine. If you crew a boat... So let's just work this... This is quite an equation, this clue. Crew welcoming company for wine. Now, the way this works is it says, think of a synonym for crew. That's going to welcome, so it's going to host, it's going to surround, a word or an abbreviation for company. For, to give us, the for is doing the duty of an equal sign. If we do the first things, we get a word that equals the name of a wine. And there are lots of ways to solve this. Company, if you see it in a cryptic crossword clue, it's so often CO. So can you think of a wine that begins with M and has CO in the middle? Macon is what we're looking for there. And if you crew a boat, you man it. So let's keep going. 7 down is 9 letters. Enchilada. I don't think it is. I'm not sure. Stripped down Tesco bid to get in India's head chef. So the way I've read that makes me think it might be the name of a chef. Okay, yeah. So let me read it again. Stripped down Tesco bid to get in India's head chef. As I read that, you can start to see how the first part of the clue can be read as a recipe. So we'll go through what it might mean. Stripped down Tesco. That is saying, look at the word Tesco and strip it off. Take off its clothes, its first and its last letter. That would give us ESC. A bid. If you make a bid for something, you make an offer for it. And that gets in India's head. Well, the head of the word India is I. And that gives escoffier, which I think is a word for a chef. I'm not brilliant on my names of chefs. Not like it's not a proper name for a... Oh, it's actually not there. Oh. Well, sorry if I've got that wrong. I mean, I'm not going to change it just because it's not in the dictionary. Maybe it's got an accent on the E, and that's why it's not showing up. Is it there somewhere and I'm just missing it? I don't know. Escoffier. I'm sure it's a word. I'm sure I've seen that word before. Well, I don't know. Okay, maybe I've got it wrong. That's thrown me a bit. I mean, I say I can't change it because I was convinced that it was correct. So if I have got it wrong, I'll just get the puzzle wrong. And unless I'm really showing my ignorance, and it's the proper name of a chef. There was a chef called Escoffier. That's possible, and that would be why it wouldn't be in the dictionary. I don't know. Anyway, I have to leave it in. So let's try 8 down. Okay. Fashion good for Chinese society. Now this is actually I do not know the etymology of what I'm about to tell you, but fashion, if you see it in cryptic crosswords, believe it or not, it's this word ton, T-O-N. And I don't know why. I just know it is. And then good can be abbreviated to G. So if we look up, so the answer is going to be tong, which is one of the how do you describe Chinese dynasties, isn't it? The Tong dynasty. But let's look up ton and see why it is fashion. No, it's from French apparently. Fashion, people of fashion. And then G, if we go to that, we can find good. So this is going to be tong. I don't know if tong will be in the dictionary. It probably will be, actually. Chinese guild or secret society, especially one. And what was the clue? Chinese society. So tong is going to be good for this one. This looks like thrift or tariff, doesn't it? 6 letters. Dispute imports are nearly qualifying for this. Well, it must be tariff. Dispute imports are nearly. Yeah, that's a beautifully worded clue, actually. Because, I mean, we're helped because we've got these checking letters. But remember, you may read this clue. I think some people will read this clue and think it's some sort of cryptic definition because it seems so close to defining the answer. Dispute tariffs are nearly qualifying for this. You might convince yourself, oh, that's defining the word tariff. But there's a recipe there. A dispute is a tiff, a lover's tiff. Imports, so takes inside it, are nearly. That's nearly all of the word are, A-R-E. So it's just the A and the R. And then we cut the clue, qualifying for this. So a tariff is something that imports might qualify for. So the wordplay there has lent some meaning to the definition. The qualifying for this does need the meaning of the word imports to make sense, and that's why the question mark is there. It's saying you need to use a bit of the recipe to understand the definition. That did justify my F of Escoffier. Right, let's try 15 across. We've got lots of letters for this. 8-7. What's compulsory for some padres offering? What's compulsory? Something service? What's compulsory? That's my O2 bill. What's compulsory for some padres offering? I want it to be something service. A padre is like a clergyman, isn't it? I think for the army especially. I don't know. My brain isn't telling me what that one is. Let's go for 18, which is 6-9. Second word here begins with S. Something people always want to raise. Maybe something people always want to raise, being flags. Something people always want to raise, being flags. I don't know. They want to raise... No, I don't know what that is. Oh dear, we could really do with getting one down. Let's go back to that. 10 letters. Looks like it begins with pepper or something. What transforms output from plant and energy? Oh, energy could be pep. If you show a lot of energy. Oh yeah, so it is pepper. The start of it is pepper. Peppermill. Peppermill. Lovely clue. What transforms output from plant? A peppermill does do exactly that, the plant being the pepper. And the way it works, and is sort of saying, is doing the duty of an equal sign. And then pep is energy, per is for each, we talked about that earlier, and a factory is a mill, and that gives peppermill. Now let's go back to this then. What's compulsory for some padres offering is... It is a minister? No. Something service. I don't know. All right, let's look at this one instead. Something people always want to raise, being flags. Life expectancy. That's what we want to raise. No, I don't know what that is. If we get 16 down, it would help with both of those. We haven't got any checking letters though. 9 letters. Stable worker, groom, irritable, having cut pony's hair. I mean, pony's hair is a weird phrase. I mean, I know horses have manes, but ponies... Why does it say pony rather than horse? Stable worker, groomsman, irritable, grouchy, having cut pony's hair. Oh, hair could be tress, couldn't it? So is this some sort of worker? Is there an equivalent of a groom that's female, ends in ESS? Stable worker. Irritable, having cut pony. Stable worker. I should be able to get that. No. Equestrian. I don't know. I don't know. I want that to end in tress, but I can't think of a word. Oh, this is bad news now, isn't it? Let's get 17 down. 9 letters. Stiffening wound or stiffening wound, round supporting structure. I don't know what this is, but a supporting structure might be an arch, stiffening, starching. Yeah, I quite like that. A wound. Is a wound a sting? I think it might be. So starching would work. If you were stiffening a collar, you would be starching it, I think. That works with service as well. So we've got arch in sting as the recipe there. And the thing is, that hasn't taken me forward very far, has it, in terms of understanding? Let's try 23 across. 7 letters beginning with C. Charlie is unaccompanied, going around Luxor sculptures. Charlie is unaccompanied, solo, lone, going around Luxor sculptures. It feels like it must be a reference to sort of Egyptian statues, sphinxes. I don't know. Cat something. Charlie can be C. I think that is the international radio alphabet word, isn't it? For Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, blah, blah, blah. So C. I don't think there's an abbreviation for Luxor. Not that I can think of anyway. So this going around Luxor, I don't think we are putting a word around something that means Luxor. I don't think we are anyway. I think it's more likely it could be is and then a word that means unaccompanied going around the word is. So if it was lone, clonize? No, that's nonsense. I don't know. Don't know what that one is either. Let's try 20 down. 6 letters. Shapeless lump. That's what my brain feels like it is today. Shapeless lump of a model getting little work. Shapeless lump. Okay, I've got this one. Well done, brain. You redeemed yourself. I don't have to get a new one. It's a good tip, actually. If you're a golfer or anybody who uses an implement you rely on. So if you've got like a putter, I think you're putting from one across, and it's not performing as you'd expect it to, just mention that you're thinking of buying a new one in its presence, and it then knows it's got to step up, and you'll find it'll definitely improve for a hole or two, because it doesn't want to be taken out of the bag. But here, so what have we got here? Shapeless lump of a model. So we're looking for a word that is a shapeless lump. Now, the way I got this is this phrase, getting little work. Now, it comes up a bit in cryptic crosswords, but this is referring to a little musical work. Now, what's a full word for a musical work? There are lots, but a short word for a musical piece would be an opus. And believe it or not, opus can be abbreviated to OP. Not overpowered. We're not talking about Protoss in StarCraft 2. We are talking about opus there. Op. So I was wondering whether this was a word that might end in op. Shapeless lump. And that made me think of dollop. And a doll is a model. So shapeless lump is made out of a model, being a doll, getting a little work, an OP, an op. Now, what's that then? Standards. Standards are flags, aren't they? You raise your... so standards is going to be the word here. What's living standards? Something... Oh, that's lovely, yeah. So something people always want to raise is living standards. Being defines the word living. If you be, you live. So living, flags, standards. So fairly straightforward once we got the right idea. Military service would fit here. Yeah. What's compulsory for some? Military service. I think there are countries that do have compulsory military service. I think South Korea is one. I was just thinking about StarCraft 2, and I know that some of the great StarCraft 2 players who are very, they reach their peak in their teens and early 20s, and then they have to go and do compulsory military service for 2 years, I think. It's at least a year in the peak of their career, and you can defer it for a couple of years, but you have to do it. What's compulsory for some? Military service. And a padre's offering, I said this, I thought a padre was like a chaplain in the army, so they might well offer a service, as in a religious service, to the military. So that's two huge answers, not just in terms of the space consumed by them, but the number of checking letters we get from them. So let's go back to 6. So this was our potential tress at the end. Stable worker. Stable worker's irritable, having cut pony's hair. Stable worker. Liveryman? I mean, could it be that? What? Why? I have no idea. Oh, well, unless it ends in mane being pony's hair that's been cut, so it's had its last letter removed. Yeah, irritable could be livery, because your liver is associated with bad temper, isn't it? I think this is liveryman. I mean, it's not a synonym I've seen before, but if you're livery, I bet you can be, I bet you're angry, I bet you're irritable. And then cut pony's hair is mane without the E on the end. I mean, it's vicious. I mean, I forgive myself for not getting that instantly. I'm not changing it. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to look up livery and see whether it can mean irritable. Okay, well, here we go. This is the horse part of it. Maybe it's, see under liver. Livery. Literally says irritable, suffering from a disordered liver. Doesn't sound very nice. But okay, liveryman. Let's go for 19 down. 7 letters. Not one of the pair I found in underground. I found not one of the pair, neither. Yeah. So not one of the pair. It was neither of those. That's literally a definite. What neither is defining. I is this I, and that's being found in nether. And I've heard of nether regions. They definitely, the nether regions is like Hades, isn't it? So it's underground, question mark. Is not saying, the question mark there is because the underground is not the tube, which is what it seems to be. It's literally places that are underground, the nether regions. Now, this could be nymph. Or oomph. Oh, no, it's not, is it? Clear fluid left lava without nitrogen. That's lymph, then. Wow. So lymph fluid, I think you get that in your lymphatic nodes and things. I'm no biologist. I might be getting that wrong, but I think that's true. Left is L. And then lava, a lava is a nymph. And that loses N for nitrogen. That's from the periodic table. We looked at elements earlier when we did passwords, didn't we? So lymph, I think, is what we need. So should we go for 25 down? 4 letters. British, pass up, League of Nations. Okay. So again, force yourself. Make a decision. What do you think the definition is here? And hopefully, if you're getting used to the way these clues work, you'll realise that, okay, well, if I look at the start of the clue, are there any four-letter words for British? It's not easy. English it's not quite synonymous, but it's obviously far too many letters to be four. And then you might think, oh, British, could that be an allowable abbreviation in the dictionary? And if those are the thoughts you're going through, that's brilliant, because that's quite right. British can be B. Pass up. Now, this is a bit of crossword ease. A mountain pass is a col. And that comes up a lot. And this is a down clue. So if a word goes upwards, it is reversed. Up cannot be used as a reversal indicator in an across clue. Believe it or not, up can be used as an anagram indicator. I'll show you why. If we look at up in the dictionary, one of the things that up can mean is... Oh, I don't know if this will show up properly. I'm looking for it. It is here somewhere. There's in revolt, in an excited state. Well, that certainly could indicate an anagram, couldn't it? So we're looking for a reversal of block, a reversal of coal there. Add it to the B, block, and a block of countries would be a League of Nations. So the question mark here is because John's used League of Nations with capital letters to try and imply he's talking about the League of Nations, the historic League of Nations, but he's not. He's talking just about a group of nations, and the question mark there helps us to understand that. Now, what could we get? Could we do this one without looking at the clue? The answer is centrifuge. That was why it could be based on spin or centrifugal. Don't know. Church refuting circulating scientific article based on spin. Article based on spin. That is a centrifuge. Now, why? Oh no, so it's scientific article. Yeah, okay, so the way this works is it's CE, which is one of the abbreviations you'll see all the time for church. You'll see one of two things, either CH, which I think comes from Ordnance Survey maps, or CE, which comes from Church of England. It'll be one of those things. So, and then it's an anagram of refuting, I think. Feels like it's about right, doesn't it? Those letters circulate, they are anagrammed, and then the definition is actually scientific article based on spin. Now, this is the sort of clue that's quite difficult if we don't have checking letters, because the advice I've given you, which is to try and identify which side of the clue is the definition, would often suggest, and it will often be true, that it's just going to be either the initial word or the first or last word of the clue or the first couple of words of the clue. But here it's not. It's almost the entire clue is the definition. Scientific article based on spin is a lot of words to realise that is the definition of this 10-letter answer. So let's go for the one ending in F. 5 letters. Bundle sheaf of dynamite, perhaps. Yeah, okay. So bundle, we need a 5-letter word for a bundle, and that is made out of, that's what of is doing here, dynamite, perhaps. Well, dynamite, if you thought dynamite, TNT, brilliant. Brilliant. That is exactly the way your brain should be thinking. But there is another abbreviation for dynamite that comes up in cryptic crosswords. Dynamite is an example of a high explosive, and believe it or not, HE is a valid abbreviation of high explosive. So here we've got HE in the middle, dynamite perhaps not quite secure outside. Well, what's a short word for secure? If you secure something, it is safe. And not quite the whole of the word safe. So we chop off the last letter and we put that outside our dynamite, our HE. I say this every week, but I think it does bear repetition. If you see a requirement in a clue to shorten a word, like here it's not quite, you might see cut as a word indicating you need to shorten something. You might see abridged, or you might even just see the word shorten. All of these words will only require you to cut the last letter off. It isn't going to require you to think of a 10-letter word and then chop the last 5 letters off. I don't know why, but by convention it seems to always be the case it's only cut the last letter off. So that might help you if you're ever struggling as to how to interpret the clues. Now let's look at this one. We're not going to get any more help for this. 6 letters. Mind supporter. I'm thinking brains, actually. At home games, ignoring lions. It must be brains. Your mind is your brains. A supporter. This comes up a lot as well. A supporter is something that supports. And a bra. Cryptic crossword writers love to note that bras offer support. So supporter might be bra. At home is probably in. If you're at home, you're in. And then games ignoring. How can games ignoring lions? Yeah, okay. No, it can be. That's outrageously difficult. The only way you can solve this is by having basically all the checking letters. You could get it, but the last bit of this, games ignoring lions, to signify the letter S is vicious, John. The way it works is lions, if you go on safari, lions are an example of big game, aren't they? So the word games ignoring lions are an example of game, so that's what the question mark is doing. We take the game out of games, we just get the S, and that's this S here. So bra, supporter, in, at home, S, games minus game. Now, can we get this one without looking at the clue? No. So let's look. Oh, okay. I've not read the whole clue, but adroit lie ruined. Hopefully, again, part of your brain is going, that's weird. Adroit lie. Those words don't look natural together to me. And if you ever get that feeling when you're reading a clue, you need to be thinking, why are these weird letters next to one another in a clue? And hopefully you'll think, oh, maybe the constructor needed those particular letters. What's the reason for needing them? They're anagram fodder. If we ruin letters, what are we doing? We're going to anagram them. And then go to the end of the clue. Newspaper piece. Well, no, we're basically all there, aren't we? Editorial we can write in. Oh, this was the... No, I don't know what that one is yet. Okay, let's try 14 down. 10 letters. Palace as erected under king in Seville that's demolished. Okay. I don't know that this is the answer, but I feel it's going to be Versailles, which is obviously a palace. And it's got an anagram of Seville in it somewhere. Seville has been... I mean, it must be Versailles. Let's put it in and then try and understand. So, as erected. This is a down clue. So that's saying reverse the word as. S-A. Under king. Well, king and queen, for that matter, can both be abbreviated to R. From Latin, a king Rex, queen Regina. And believe it or not, king can also be K from chess. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But king here is R with SA underneath it. In, so the R and the SA are in an anagram of Seville. The letters of Seville have been demolished to give the Palace of Versailles. Oh, look at this I at the end of there. Oh, I really hope it's a word I'm going to know. Let's try 24 first. 5 letters. Horse and what may be bet on it, mostly before end of race. What may be bet on it? Don't know yet. Oh. I mean, I think, okay, well, this is the way my brain is working. I think we're looking for the name of a horse. But I suspect it'll be something like Steed, rather. I don't think it'll be like Red Rum. I really hope it isn't. I don't know the names of any horses. Red Rum and Shergar, Desert Orchid, and I have now exhausted basically all my knowledge of horses. What may be bet on it? I don't know what that is, but it's most of that word. So it's probably a 4-letter word. So it's probably a 5-letter word for what may be bet on a horse that we shorten by 1 letter because of the mostly, and we put all of that before end of race. Well, the end of the word race is E. So I think this is the construction that I want. I've just got to think of a horse that fits. I haven't thought of the horse yet. Come on. Champion the Wonder Horse. No, it's not that. Where did that come from? E, F. I'm now doing I'm sort of doing an alphabet trawl. Horse. I'm up to K. Horse. I don't know. Q. No. R. No. S. S could be there, couldn't it? Oh, colossi. Colossi are statues. Oh, it's got solo somehow in it, hasn't it? So colossi. Oh, I see. Is unaccompanied is solo. And that goes round after the Charlie. So Charlie is C, is unaccompanied, is solo, all reversed to give colossi, as in Colossus of Rhodes. You may have heard, one of the ancient wonders of the world. So colossi is what we're looking for. It's another StarCraft reference. Colossus. Yeah, another Protoss. So we've had OP being the definition of the Protoss race, which needs to be deleted, and colossi, which is one of the reasons they're OP. Okay, now what is this then? Horse. Shire. Oh, you can bet your shirt. That's very funny. Yeah, you bet your shirt on a horse. So most of shirt goes before E, the end of the race, to give Shire, and you get a Shire horse. Now, this is quite scary, because look at this answer. If this isn't an easy clue, you may never get it, because there's probably 600 words or something that fit this pattern. So let's look at it. 4 letters. Less intelligent individual, wanting lecturers, explanatory lists. Less intelligent individuals are dunces or something like that, or dullards. The only part of this clue that I might understand is this wanting lecturers part. Lecturer. You see, I thought, now I'm doubting myself. I thought lecturer could be L as an abbreviation. But maybe what we're looking for is Don here for a lecturer. So I think we're looking for 4-letter words. Well, probably a 3-letter word for an explanatory list. Okay, then I was thinking of menus, which is not right. Less intelligent individuals. Oh no, I've got the fear now. John hasn't hidden anything in the grid that's going to make this easier, has he? Almost. John used to do, he may still do it, he used to do the quick, the concise every day in the Times, and they always had a Nina in them. They always had like a hidden theme. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's put something in here somewhere. I'm just scanning the diagonals things. I can't see anything. So I am going to just have to get this. Explanatory lists are like glossaries or something, or less intelligent individuals. Wanting lecturers. Is lecturer L? Why do I think lecturer is L? I don't know. It's a long time since I've seen that as an abbreviation, but some part of me is saying, yeah, that's right. In which case, I'm looking for a 4-letter word for a less intelligent individual, from which has got an L in it. A fool, a dolt, a explanatory lists. Why can't I just think of it? I don't know. Explanatory lists are... Oh dear, this is appalling. I mean, this is the sort of thing that just makes me hate myself. Explanatory lists. Oh no, come on, Simon. I haven't got this. That's very bad, isn't it? Explanatory lists. Golly, I don't know. Okay, I'm probably going to have to get this from the less intelligent individuals. Simon doesn't fit, unfortunately. Less intelligent individuals are... I keep thinking of dunces. Dolts, dullards. With an L in them. Wanting lecturers, explanatory lists. Less intelligent individuals. They are the flops, the it's so ironic. This is the one I get stuck on. Oh dear. Less intelligent individuals. Explanatory lists. What is that? What is an explanatory list? It's like a... I'm having complete brain fog. Can't think of it at all. I cannot think of the answer to this at all. It's infuriating. I keep thinking of... No, I'm not even going to tell you what I'm thinking of. It's so wrong. I know it's wrong. Explanatory lists could be... What is this second consonant here? Or is it... It may be a vowel, of course. And this could be a vowel, but I doubt it is. Oh. banging downstairs. That's not a good sign, is it? Explanatory lists are terms, which doesn't fit. Oh, what is it? I don't know. This could be a T. So it could be ELT at the end. Shire's correct, isn't it? Versailles. I haven't misspelt Versailles. I don't think I have. Sets. No. Less intelligent individuals. Mets. Melt. A melt is quite an unpleasant word for somebody, but I don't think it's a less intelligent somebody. Less intelligent individuals. No, this is awful. I'm now getting the fear that I really won't solve it. Sorry. I mean, what can I do? I just have to keep thinking until something occurs to me, because I can't. I can't. Well, I say I can't. I won't leave it. I mustn't leave it. Less intelligent individuals wanting lecturer. Unless it is Don. No, I don't. I feel like when I first read the clue, I thought lecturer was L. So I think I've got to trust my instinct there. But having said that, explanatory lists. What on earth is it? I still haven't got a clue. In fact, I think I'm getting more confused as I just keep staring at it. And do we think the L? I think it's Mo. I don't know actually. I'm not. Less intelligent individuals. I mean, I think it's going to be blank EL blank for our less intelligent individual. And if it was, the less intelligent individual would be a I can only think of Dolt. Dolts keeps coming into my brain. Which is so wrong. Maybe it's blank LE blank then. A less intelligent individual would be a... I don't know. Okay, so maybe it's blank E blank L. Which feels very unlikely. Or maybe it even begins with L. A less intelligent individual is a loser. No. It's too many. A lump. A loafer. A... Oh, this is so embarrassing. Less intelligent individuals wanting lecturers. Explanatory lists. Explanatory lists are news? No, Simon. Okay, maybe I've just got to think of explanatory lists. I don't seem to be able to get it from my less intelligent individual. So my explanatory list is I just keep thinking of menu. It's just wrong. Could it begin with B? Well, it could. I don't think it does, but it could. Explanatory lists are... Oh, this must be the most appalling content as well. I've got the devil on my shoulder just shouting at me about how stupid I am. It's so embarrassing. Explanatory lists are... K... L... No, it's probably not got two L's in it. Explanatory lists are... Don't know, still nowhere with this. I assume it's a word I know. I mean, it must be. Less intelligent individuals. What? If you're the less intelligent individual, you are wanting lecturers, explanatory lists. Gee, why doesn't my brain tell me the answer? Could it begin with S? Seals. C's. Explanatory list. Are they C's? No. Oh, this is awful. I don't know what to do. I can't remember the last time I've genuinely got like this sort of conundrum going on. I think I'd still have to just sit here and keep thinking. Could it be an unusual letter? There's no pangrammage, I don't think, going on today. Have you hidden something in this grid, John? Not sure. Don't see anything. And it would be a shame if that's the way I have to get it, because that would not feel like I deserved to get it. Less intelligent individuals are... Fools. Foos. Oh no, I can't think of it at all. We could be taking Don out of something. Donuts. That's exactly what I am, a donut. Oh, goodness me. Less intelligent. Dumber. That's me. Dumb and dumberer. Oh, goodness. It's just terrible. X or something. T. No, it's not right. I know it's not right. It's just a different sort of word that jumped in my brain. Clot. A clot is maybe a less intelligent individual, but cot doesn't fit. Explanatory lists. Less intelligent individuals. Really don't know. What do we think this is? N, maybe? Explanatory lists. Ken? If you know your Ken, you know your onions, your knowledge. It's just not right, is it? Pens, are they explanatory lists? No. Don, some tendons? No. NMNOP. I almost feel like I've got to scrap the video. It's just so utterly inept. Explanatory lists are list, something you do in jousting. It can't be to do with that. List is to tilt. Less intelligent individuals. Explanatory lists. Fees? They're not explanatory lists. Wanting lecturers. And could it be a double E word? Explanatory lists. Don't think it could be. Fees? Oh no, I don't know. This is just absolutely shocking, isn't it? How long is the video? Hang on, let me just check. It's not too long yet. Oh, it's getting quite long. It is getting quite long, which is not a good thing. Oh dear, dear, dear. I don't know how long to wait for inspiration to strike. I could go and do the quick cryptic and then come back. Maybe my brain will have worked on it in the meantime. Less intelligent individuals wanting lecturers, explanatory lists. I don't know. Let's do that. Let's go and do the quick cryptic, and then hopefully my subconscious will work on it in the meantime. And I apologise to all of you who had to watch this nonsense. Breadman. 4 letters. Daughter is last to finish food. Dish. Extremely demure, uniform, characteristic of speaker. Don't know. Let's try these actually. Igloo. Dropping litter and becoming anxious. Dropping litter. Alison failed to secure EV around Slovenia. So having something? Having kittens? Oh, that is right. Foreign nobleman. County. Doing this in a higgledy-piggledy way. Dandy, probably. And bother. Earl abroad covers the skin. Leather. Nice clue. Nice clue. Boxer wobbling. Finally beaten amid cheers. Goodness, there's a lot going on there. See if we can get this one. Yeah. Oh, Rocky Marciano? Love it. Love that. Wow. Great Omicron, probably. Oh, double tap the M. Some athlete ran minaret hidden. This could be kitten again. Points affected another part of engine. Piston. Formal attire boyfriend. Southeast Asian picked up. Something tie. Bow tie. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, bow tie. Unrestrained. I'm going to go for free. Band start to tout. Single. That's often ringtone, probably. Liqueur developed in a state. That's an anagram. And it is anisette, maybe. I think it is. I think that is something. Bonce for your head. State service provider missing one. Location in Surrey. Virginia Water, home of Wentworth Golf Club. That's great. That's Rota. What's this? In it. Geode. Maybe Bob ate duck around Ireland. Oh, Ireland, don't know. Periodically fruit pie. R-I-P-E. Is that delivered or something? Oh, delivery. We almost had that in the other one. Enlisted chief journalist to probe Ripon criminal. Enlisted roped in. And then hairdo? Maybe Bob is a hairdo. Okay, there we go. Good puzzle, that. Some great clues. Rocky Marciano, 8th out of 202. Isn't it funny how I can be an absolute idiot at some things and then not disgrace myself completely at others? Okay, resume. Now, has my brain done anything in the meantime? Muse, it's come up with MEWS. No, it's not right. Less intelligent individuals are Wallies. Explanatory lists are. Has it come up with anything in that regard? No. But look, I gave you a chance. It's like the putter. It's like the putter I said earlier. I'm going to need a lobotomy. Oh, no. Less intelligent individuals. They are the explanatory lists. What is this word? All right, we'll try a dictionary trawl on this. Could that be a D? Explanatory OEDs? No. Zs. Gazettes or something? No. Meds. Less intelligent individuals. Don't know. Okay, let's put G there instead. Explanatory lists are. Don't like the G. Really don't. G, H, no. I, no. J, no. K, probably not. L, no. M, probably not. N, don't think so. P, don't think so. R, don't think so. S, almost certainly not. T is quite likely, I think. ELT for my so blank ELT for my less intelligent individuals. Celts. No, it's not that. Delts. They're short for deltoid, isn't it? Gets, hets, jets. Are they explanatory lists? No. No, don't think they are. Nets, explanatory lists? No. Pets, rets, sets, tets? No. Vets, wets, wets. No, wets are just moderates. They're not less intelligent. W, X, Y, and Z. Zets. No, so maybe it isn't T. T was my best guess, and it's wrong. W? Blank LEWS? Blue? Sows. Explanatory lists. I'm having complete brain failure here, aren't I? It's so upsetting. John will be absolutely beside himself with delight. I think that's the worst thing. No, that's worse than having 10,000 people think you're an idiot. John thinking you're an idiot. That's awful. Oh, John, I'm so sorry. Oh dear. Could that be a D? I've already thought this through. Less intelligent. Explanatory lists. Reds? No. I mean, this ELDS is quite attractive, isn't it? If I could think of a word, I would find that quite attractive. Let me look at maybe looking at my keyboard will help me. It's not helping me. Well, I mean, I've got to draw the video to a close at some point. I've got to record a Sudoku video later and get this uploaded. I desperately don't want to give up, though. I would feel so terrible. Explanatory lists. I mean, I'm trying to think about how I could even go about trying to show you what the answer is. Because, I mean, I said before there are going to be a zillion words that fit this pattern. I think that's true. I mean, there's going to be dozens and dozens and dozens. Okay, I'm going to give it 1.5 more minutes, and then I'll have to give up. So, right, you're on notice, brain. You've got 1.5 more minutes. Less intelligent individuals, wanting lecturers, explanatory lists. They are less intelligent individuals. Oh dear, it's getting windy. D, E, F. Less intelligent individuals. H, I, J, K. Lemon. Plebs. Pebs. P-E-B. It's not right. A pleb is not a less intelligent individual. But it'll be some word like that I just haven't thought of. Celebs. Explanatory lists. So this consonant is a different. It couldn't be a Y, I don't think, could it? G, J, K, key. Oh, keys. It's keys, isn't it? It's keys. Donkeys. Oh, it's not. Oh, at least I've done it. At least I've done it. A key is an explanatory list. And it's donkeys coming out. So am I wrong about lecturer then? Being able to be abbreviated. Oh, it's there. I wasn't wrong. But it is donkeys. Donkeys are less intelligent. I am the biggest donkey. I mean, I'm going to have to call the video watch the internet's biggest donkey. Do I dare call it that? Probably do. The biggest donkey in living history is me. I'm so sorry. Oh, okay, but it's right. I mean, I'm not even concentrating on what I'm doing. Now, that's so embarrassing. I apologise to you all. I mean, I must have wasted 20 minutes of your time. I can't bear wasting people's time. Time is one of the most precious things we all have. It is unforgivably impolite to waste people's time. Oh, dear. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to John. I'm sorry to you all, and I hope the rest of it was of some use. Oh yeah, please like and subscribe. Back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.